I finally found one, a train that has eluded me for a long time. It's a Mike's Train House, and I don't know what to say. I've been looking for this forever, and I've never even seen a picture of a real one. I've only this the reason I found this was the Mike's Train House part number, and it was new old stock in a small store, and it showed up the other day, and I've been saving to open it to make a video with it. And we got other things to talk about today too. But if you got a train you've been looking for, drop it in the comments. Maybe there's somebody out there that's watching this video that can help you find what you've been looking for. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is John. This is my channel, Origin Factory Railroad. And first, I want to thank our subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. We just hit 500 subs and we're a brand new channel. So I'm very grateful for the growth we're experiencing so quickly. I'm glad you love our videos. I'll do my best to provide you with more content that's worthy of your eyes. We'll do the best we can. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're willing to do so. That's what helps us out the most right now. And if you're already a subscriber, if you continue to support us by like, commenting, or sharing. So, as I mentioned there in the open, I found a locomotive set that I have been looking for a long time. I'm going to put up a little hint right now. And if this hint is enough for you to think I know you know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments. See if you can guess what it is. But we're going to save that for the end to do the unboxing. Like I said, I have not seen this thing yet. I mean, I know what it is, but I still haven't seen the actual piece itself. So, we're going to do that at the very end. We're also going to talk about what else are we going to talk about? Oh, I was going to talk a little bit about my recording studio, show just a little oversight. So you guys got a little insight to what I'm doing here. And recently we've been doing videos about hobby store visits and model train museum that's local here. And the reason for that is in the summer, I'm out in the world, busy with work, that kind of stuff. So it takes me out of the studio a lot. I will have more actual model train content when we get into the winter months. But right now, I'm carrying my gear with me. And as I'm out in the world, I'm doing video out in the world, I guess is my point. We went and chased the big boy down in Iowa also. And then we visited Caboose Stop Hobbies while we were there. And we just did the recent video on Big John's Model Train Store, which is a new train store here in the Minneapolis area of Minnesota. So yeah, it's been fun. I like doing stuff out in the wild. But when the weather changes, yeah, we'll do more model train stuff. I got my layout to work on. We got weathering videos coming for sure. I may even pop up a video here of one that I did recently. I haven't been doing much modeling lately because, like I said, I'm out in the world right now. Usually my schedule slows down and then it's easier for me to do the model train type content as it pertains to what I'm working on currently and doing modeling techniques. So that stuff is coming. I promise you that. That'll be my winter schedule. As you can see behind me, you can see some of my collection. So I've been trying to transform my studio into something that's a little more train friendly, a little bit more of showing what this channel is about. As you can see up there, I got some Ontario Northland. I got BC Rail. We got Iowa Interstate, Canadian Pacific. And then I got some of my weathering stuff up there. But yeah, that's the Mr. Train shelving system. That is wonderful. I really enjoy that. It works really well. It's stout, it's sturdy. I saved a bunch of money on this. And the way I was able to do that is they have like a scratch and dent one where you buy few pieces at a time. You'll have to go to their website to confirm the price, but it was substantially less discernible damage, or at least nothing impacted its functionality. I was very happy with that. I don't, it's shelving. For me, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to screw it to the wall. I'm going to put locomotives on it, and I'm not going to be looking at the shelves. That's just to display my rolling stock and my locomotive. Very happy with that. It looks really cool. You got to know where the studs in your walls are so you can put the screws right into the stud. It needs to go into wood because especially the locomotives, there's a little bit of weight to them. And if you just put them right into the sheetrock, the screws will pull out over time and your stuff will be on the floor. That's that thing. Nobody ever wants to see their rolling stock or their locomotives laying on the floor. We see those ones for sale sometimes where the porch is all pushed in on one end and the railings are beat up, big crack in the shell. And it's like, these O-scale stuff, it hits the ground. Yeah, stuff can get damaged really bad. So don't want that to happen. You got to screw them into something solid so they don't pull out of the wall and your stuff don't end up on the floor, right? We're going to look at the unboxing here in a second. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, thank you again for subscribing. That's what helps us out right now. Really happy with the progress of the station. Glad you guys are enjoying the content, and we'll talk to you in a minute. So we got a couple to open here. I know what I've ordered over the last month or so, but haven't opened anything. Just save it for video content. So we're gonna look at it together. This is not the surprise one. We're gonna save that till the very last. Let's see here. Oh, oh, yeah, I remember this. This, I believe, is the Atlas center flow hopper that didn't have a box. I think it came from Legacy Station because it was used. Something they had bought, they buy and sell used stuff. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's a nice looking car. Mm-hmm. Georgia Pacific. Yeah. Things that happen when they buy stuff that don't have a box. Little things get bumped and bruised. Nothing that super glue can't fix. Let's see. I've been on a grain car kick, so I got a feeling a lot of these are grain cars, from what I remember. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a seller out of Canada that I don't know if he's on eBay. I don't know if he's a retailer or if he's selling off his own collection or he sells off collections. But I've been trying to find these Canadian Pacific grain cars. They're like Canadian roads. So he had a couple of these, and it was buy it now or make an offer. It's the Canadian Pacific center flow hopper that has the beaver logo on it. This is from I think the 90s, maybe paint scheme. See a lot of these running around in pretty rough condition. That's why I wanted it. It's for a weathering project. So I got two of those from the same seller after making an offer, a very fair offer, which was nice, and he immediately accepted it. So some of those guys on eBay that say best offer, give it a shot. Sometimes you can still get a decent. Uh, this is not the locomotive. Most, most likely another grain car, I think. Oh no, well, orange box. Oh yeah. Oh, I've bought from this guy before. So he has what I'm guessing is some stuff that is harder for him to get rid of. Stuff that he can't get anything for, not really worth much, whatever. And he'll just throw them in when you buy a rail car. And so I've gotten quite a few older Lionel cars that have no interest to me and probably had no interest to anybody he was trying to sell to. So I may just donate these or give them out of the swap meet to kids or something because I got a few of these now. Stuff that has no interest to me and stuff you can do for the hobby to help move it along. But this is an Alberta cylindrical hopper from Lionel. I'll squeeze that one back in the box. Kind of think this mail call is all grain cards, if I remember right. Yeah, another center flow hopper. Cargill. What was the manufacturer? They called these Pressure Aid or something like that. You see a lot of these cars with that blue and white. That was the eBay find also. And I've been buying a lot of light colored This is the Big Daddy. This is the Big Daddy. I, I don't I don't buy many of these Mike's Train House things or where they're three things in one box stuff, you know. Oh my gosh. This is big. It's heavy. It's wood. No. Yeah, how many of you watched that? I can't believe it. I can't believe we found this thing. And then to find it new old stock, that's just it's incredible. It's incredible, I tell you. I put a hint as to what we were looking for. And there it is. It's a Canadian National F7 ABA set that they made, Proto 2. So an older release. What's the box number if anybody's curious? Mike's Train House 20 2739 1. So it's an ABBA set. Like I said, Proto Sound 2. So it's an older release, of course. And I've seen other locomotives in the zebra scheme, of course, but I haven't seen the F7s, especially the freight ones. I've seen the passenger ones in the zebras, and I've seen GP38s or GP40s or whatever they were. But yeah, I didn't know there was a F7 set that wasn't in the green, basically. You know, I see a lot of the Canadian National F7s in the dark green scheme. What a handsome set that is. So as you see, what a handsome locomotive set. Those zebras might not be your thing, but man, it is my thing. I love those zebras. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. We got lots of more videos coming. In the next day or so, we're going to be doing another night trains. I'm trying to work on my videography and do better production values and playing around with this stuff. So be patient with me. We're getting better with each video, hopefully. We got the 500 subs. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're willing to do so, it would be greatly appreciated. If you've subscribed already, if you continue to support us by like, comment, or sharing. So hope you're doing well, guys. We'll talk to you soon.